It's time to take on some fuel. Getting a little low, so I'm gonna see about topping off the tanks. I'm not looking forward to this one. This is gonna be an expensive bill, but man, this is Thursday morning, you guys. I haven't fueled since Monday morning. I fueled in Milwaukee, and then I went to Louisville, Kentucky, and then I went out to Scranton, PA, dropped a load, and then I went over to Philadelphia, picked up this rebar here, and now I'm back here in somewhere in Ohio. So pretty good. This is it. It's gonna be a little bit of a tight turn.
Arriving at 3152 Crescent Avenue, Erlanger, Kentucky, 41018, USA, overnight.
Made it. All right, let's get this rebar kicked off. All right, guys, I am over here in Ohio. I jumped across the river to Ohio to pick up this load, and they're loading me now. This is a pallet place, and they're loading me with some stuff, and this will go out to Kentucky, a little under a 200-mile run or 300-mile run, and yeah, a nice short one for Thursday, deliver Friday. That way I have a first thing in the morning delivery on Friday, and we'll get something on the trailer for the weekend. I've been kind of worn out this week, to be honest with you. So I don't know what I'm gonna choose for my Friday load, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings just to take a tiny one and take the weekend off. Well, I went ahead and went to the truck stop to tarp this because they didn't have a real good spot at the shipper, and I just wanted to hurry up and get parked. I didn't want to go get sweaty and then jump in my seat. I wanted to get sweaty and then go to the shower over here at the truck stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and tarp this real quick, but first, you guessed it, guys, you got to take your shirt off. You can't be tarping with your shirt on. I think that's some kind of a rule. I am exhausted today. I'm just wore out. finger still works, so I guess that's all right. Ow. Okay, this load called for 6-foot tarps. And it looks like that's what we're gonna need. I'm really not, normally I look forward to tarping. I am just already worn out. I don't want to do anything but take a shower and go to bed. But it's too damn hot to go to bed. I'll have to lay on my bed for the next 8 hours before finally my alarm goes off, and then that's when it's finally cool enough to sleep. I've got an appointment to get an APU installed on the 31st of August, so that's gonna cost me a fortune, but sure be nice. And that finger's not working real well. It does bend, but all right, I'm gonna try to make quick work of this. You know, I'm done with that. So this load is just a shorty. It's only like 250 miles total. Or I mean, well, with deadhead, it's probably a little over 300. It always sucks tarping loads like this because you almost spend as much time tarping as you do driving. Here I am bitching and moaning about tarping. Ouch. That finger's starting to hurt. Got smashed pretty good. Oh look, they gave me a You know what's gonna suck? Is if I get there and the first thing I do when I pull up is they say, why'd you tarp it? That's always shitty. You pull up there and be like, I don't know why you tarped it. We never tarp these. They're like, well, if I would have showed up without it tarped, you probably would have got all mad at me. That's it, boys. I'm just gonna leave it like that and we won't even bungee it down. That way, when I get to the other side, I won't have to worry about taking it off. You guys, you learn a few things when you're out here for as many years as I am. I'm just kidding, guys. You can't do that. All right, so the back tarp, you always want to pull it forward. Keep everything together. I'm going to use that technique of rolling it like I did on the coils, and I'll just use that to kind of wrap up the corners. I don't know if that works or not. Kind of. Huh. I wonder if that's gonna work. Now, this tarp's not being held in the front, so I don't want to get too wild with it. Oh yes, it is. Yeah, never mind. It's this one that's not being held. I like that roll method on the bottom. I'm shocked I haven't learned that until now. Learn something new every day, I guess. Whoa, I didn't pull it enough over, did I? I should have pulled it a little further. That one's awful tight. Okay. pulled up a little bit. Seeing that, yeah, that roll does kind of, I like that idea. It keeps that from coming up if it's tucked in. Okay. Okay. I'm not even sure if I have enough bungees to do. Without using my rope. Better use the rope on at least one side. If I use it on one side, it's probably going to be easier just to do it all the way around. Starting to pull the tarp over one direction because I got too much tension on this side, so I'll now tomorrow morning I've got to undo all this. Guys, I'm just pulling out of the wash bay. It's 3:30 in the morning over here in Walton, Kentucky. And I figured I'd pull into the wash bay when no one was lined up waiting before I started my day. So this truck had been needing wash pretty bad, so that'll start off my Friday. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It is Friday. I'm going to make my delivery, and then I will pick up my next load, which I don't know where in the hell that's going to be or what in the heck it's going to be. But I wanted to give you a real quick overview of my week, a recap, so to speak, even though we're going to miss the last load of the week. But well, I'm sure I will let you know what that was. So far this week, what I've done, I did my delivery Monday morning in Milwaukee. Then I headed down to Chicago, picked up a load of coils, tarped that load, was able to film it. So I'm sure you'll be enjoying that tarping video. Then that load went down to Louisville, Kentucky, delivered that load next day. That was a nice short run, $1,300 on that one. Then I jumped across the river into Jeffersonville, Indiana, and loaded more coils. That was 4 suicide coils. Had to tarp that load as well. That one went out to somewhere near Scranton, PA. I can't remember the name of the town. On that side of PA, Pennsylvania, and I tarped that load as well. I learned a new technique, a new tarping technique from one of the guys last week that I was watching next to me tarp, and he did something cool, and I have been using that this week with great success. So check out the video and see what I'm talking about there. Been really enjoying that technique. It's awesome. You can learn things from people. Now, I never talked to that dude. I just saw him do it, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. And so I copied it. So I'm giving him credit. I'm going to call him that dude. So that dude taught me a valuable way to tarp, and I can't believe it's been this long before I've learned this. But anyway, so then we delivered up there in Pennsylvania. That load paid $37.25. Yeah, $37.25. Then I jumped over to I can't remember the name of the town, Morrisville, Pennsylvania, which is right there by Fairless Hills. It's kind of the same area as Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, on the water. Picked up at the port, actually. It was kind of a port, non-port thing, place, whatever. Picked up some rebar, non-tarped rebar, went back to Ohio. No, wait a second, where did I deliver? Kentucky, actually, right across the river from Cincinnati. Then I jumped back across the river and picked up this load here. This is a load of lumber. I picked that up from Ohio, and this is going down to Kentucky, kind of central Kentucky, down here in the middle of nowhere, not next to any big town. And that's where I'm at so far. And this load here pays $12.50. So this is the lowest paying load so far this week. Oh, I forgot to mention the rebar for out of Pennsylvania to Kentucky paid $14.50. That was an awful rate per mile. We had several loads pretty much booked or held, and we couldn't get rate confirmations before they'd cancel. So it was late in the day, late in the day as far as I'm concerned. And we just booked it because we had to have something coming back out of Pennsylvania. So we had several better options that kept canceling, or they wouldn't, I can't remember. There were several reasons where they didn't work or they just straight up canceled. I think that by the time we made a decision on one, someone else had booked it, and then the other one straight up canceled before we got the rate confirmation. So anyway, we took something a little cheap. That was barely over $2 a mile. God awful over a very, very heavy load of rebar over the mountains of Pennsylvania, paying tolls the whole way down. You know, that was I probably paid the broker a lot of money to haul that rebar. You're welcome, broker. You're welcome for me hauling that for you. I hope that you enjoy that extra money I paid you, Mr. Broker, because I definitely lost money on that load. But I think the week's going to be a success. Sometimes we do have bad loads that lose us money to get to a successful week. So, so far, after I drop this load here in about an hour, I'll be at 7,700 and change for the week, and then I still can pick up something today and deliver Monday. So that's a recap on the week. That's what I did so far. You guys, the rates are coming down. It's been depressing. We knew this was going to happen. It is fall. We're going into fall. And rate, especially flatbed rates, always go down in fall. We were expecting that. I just hope it's not more than just the season. So it's been kind of stressing me out because fuel's higher than it's ever been and rates are dropping. And we had that happen in 2022 and it's scary. And we're not there yet. Rates are still good, strong, good. You know, we're fine. But it's scary because we're seeing things moving in the wrong direction. So leave a comment. Let me know what you guys are doing this week. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Have your rates suffered recently? And let me know. Thanks. Through the mountains of Kentucky. This is quite the route. Ought to be interesting. So anyway, I'm only 22 miles away from my delivery, so we'll get this load of lumber kicked off and then on to the next. got the truck washed. Still needs to be polished, but it's looking pretty good. And then I had to drive through a mud hole to get here. All right, well, that'll be this load in the books. This is Friday. It's 8:05 in the morning, so I will see what's next. All right, I'm here at my next pickup. That was a little bit of a scary bridge. Had to get out and look underneath it, make sure it was secure. But I'm hauling that stuff. So, see how this loads. It might be a disaster, or it might be pretty easy. We'll see. All right, I just flipped around, got turned around here. The guy called me. I guess he's up on that mountain. He said he'll be right down to load me. So let's go take a peek at what I'm getting and try to figure out how this is gonna position on the trailer. It's gonna be kind of a nightmare, I think. He kind of told me that as much. He's like, yeah, this is gonna be playing Tetris on the trailer. So I'm gonna get positioned up here. I might have to move again if he has to load me from both sides. I'm not sure if he's got if he's got an extension forklift, then he should be able to do everything from one side, but oh boy. All right, guys, I'm here to pick up. I had to drive across that bridge right there. That was a little scary. So, I guess they're working up on that mountain, and he said he was gonna come down and load me, but this is what I'm getting. That pipe, all this stuff you see here. So he even said, he's like, man, they requested a 53, and then the broker said it was okay for a 48. And I called him, I was like, you sure okay it's for a 48? He's like, well, we'll get what we can get. I was like, we would prefer a 53, but you're the only truck available, so we'll take it. So, yeah, those are gonna take up a lot of space because you can't double stack them. Yeah, we could stack two of these next to that probably, or we could stack two of these and then put one of those gain boxes up next to it to save space. I don't know, we'll see what I and him come up with. We're going for it. Still got a lot left though. We're gonna have to get creative, I think. Man, it's getting hot out here. Well, we got rained out. We're partly loaded, and it is turned into a total disaster like I thought. So we're gonna wait out the worst of the storm and then start loading again. It's pretty late. Yeah, it's almost 4 o'clock, so that sucks. I'm loaded. This is, there's no other word for this than a disaster. So we had to double stack those to be able to get them to fit. This is one of those, you know, one of those nightmare loads that everybody is nervous about getting. I got one. I got it. Don't worry, guys. I'll take one for the team. They really should have probably ordered 3 trucks, and then this would have fit on pretty well. Okay, I still don't have that locked in yet. Let's go ahead and get this strap tightened in. I have to go right over the rail because that hook is in the way. So you guys, if you're a new flatbedder and you get to a site and it looks like a bunch of random stuff, you're probably better just say, look, I'm not good enough to know how to do that, and I need to cancel this. Because this is, you're taking a lot of risk here. I'm taking a lot of risk here. If one of those boxes falls off, this is a very, very unsafe load. Let's just be honest, right? Okay, I need 2 straps here, and I'm gonna run out of winches. That's rare that I run out of winches. Okay, we got 2 for there, 2 for here, and I don't have enough for there, so I'll have to throw one the other direction for that fuel tank. Okay, I can throw 2 this way, lock in that top piece. This one locks in the bottom, so it should be pretty stout once I get it done. I'm about out of straps too. Yep, I'm out of straps. Where did I put that one I just rolled up? Did I throw it? Didn't I just roll one up? Must have thrown it. And I still need to lock that in. That's not locked in yet. Okay. I might pull one of those straps because I strapped that down because it was going to fall, and then we put more stuff on top of it. So there's one more piece up there on top of it that's not locked in. So 2 straps there, and I don't have any straps left. I'll have to throw these chain ones. And this whole water tank's gonna have to be secured with chains because I'm out of winches and straps. Oh, I've got one more over here, thank God. That one's broken, so I can throw one this way. Okay, thank God. And then one the other way. So we loaded it, and we had to reload it because we didn't stick that out far enough. We ran out of room, that beam. That's what I mean, guys. These, it's frustrating when you get a load like this because this was advertised as a strap and go load. Strap and go, no tarp. This is why I've said before that I don't really like no tarp loads, because you never know what you're gonna get. I won't be able to twist this because it won't matter because of the chain. Okay, I'll throw the other one that way because I got a winch. We'll see what I got here. I still need to go one over the top of that one there, so maybe this will work. Let's see. Oh yeah, I need to throw that way. Both of these can be thrown the other direction. How would I put that knife? Okay, that red box needs to be locked in. So one right here. Not long enough. Okay, and one needs to go right there, but I'm gonna have to throw it. So we had to put these 4x4s in here because sitting on top of this lid, it was wanting to bend in that lid. So we put those to make, so now I don't want to strap against it and push that in. See what we got. I didn't realize these were the heavy straps. These are the 6670. I forgot I bought those. The gray ones are the same way. The gray ones are the heavy ones. 6670 working limit. I thought these chain ones weren't that way though. Okay, now I'm out of winches on this side. 2, 3. Oh wait. Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna throw one this way. That's right. Or did I need to? No, I don't need to, so I can save that winch. So now I do have 2 winches for that fuel tank. Oh yeah, I have to lock in that there. So let's go do that real quick. So I'm still short a winch. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. All right, I am going to get up and look around. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Don't hold on to these straps, they're not tied in. Okay. This is just a bunch of loose shit. I don't even know how I'm gonna lock all that in. Okay. So these straps hold that in. That's that last piece that we're holding in with that strap. Should be fine. We need one more strap this way over that. And I'm out of straps. Aren't I? I might be able to scrounge. I think I got a few. There is a winch on that side. It's like, this load, man, is... No, there's not one. Yeah, there is. Okay. So I can throw one that way if I can find a strap. Let's go digging. There is a strap, but it is a shorty, so that can go over the fuel tank. Here's a 50-foot long strap. I don't want to use that one, but I may have to. Oh, here's a few. Oh, come on, another. Digging deep. I hate these straps because they break easy, but hey, I don't have enough winches for that anyway, so let's go through. I am going to pull out one of those strong straps and throw over the tall thing. I'll use that weak strap back here where it's nothing's gonna go anywhere. Gosh, I hope I don't have to go through any DOT scales. They're gonna love me. Hauling a placarded fuel tank. There's nothing in it, but that's gonna get some eyeballs. It's not supposed to be placarded, and I don't really want to cover it up. This is a shorter strap, so I think it'll be long enough to go over the tank. Oh, there's no winches on this side though. Right. Well, I'm just gonna have to use a ratchet strap. I got those ratchet machines. I hate these damn things. I really do not want to use this. Holy hell. You guys, I got here at 1:30. It's now past 5. And I still have the hardest part of the day, which is finding parking. And I'm in Kentucky, going to Pennsylvania. You guys all know what's going on in my head. How the hell am I gonna find a place to shut down for the night? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh fuck. I was afraid of that. It's tilting that box over. See? Okay. Total fuckage. As soon as I pulled in here, it was welcome to destination fucked. So I've got some short chains, 16s, and I got some 20s. How do I don't think it matters. I was gonna go through the rails up there, the handles, pull it down with the chain, but I think I'll just go through here and pull it down, and then I can crank my So there's a creek right here. I'm right next to a creek. I'm gonna go take a shower in that creek because there's no other place to get a shower around here. Fuck, you know what? It just dawned on me. I'll just stay here the night. This is a church parking lot. They probably won't want me to stay here, but I don't have much of a choice in this point, and no one's gonna be here. There we have it. Oh, damn it. That creek was super clean and crystal clear, and then it rained a little bit ago, and now it's muddier than hell and swollen. My shower is gonna be in muddy water. What was I come over here for? It's gonna use, this load's gonna use every tool I have, every strap, probably every chain. I'll be using bungee cords at the end of tonight to keep everything on. Leave a comment, guys. Let me know what your worst load's been. This, I think this might top mine. I've had a couple of bad ones over the years, but I'm gonna wait on that because Take this first. I can't remember. That tire's, they put a, they put an axle up here. It's not really locked in, but it can't go anywhere with those other straps over it. I wish there was, yeah. I guess that's gonna be the best I can do. All right, now okay. Get those over tight because it will pull that over even with that chain on there. That goes over the pipe. That one too. That one's nice and tight. That one's go the other way. Moving because it's one-sided. Uh-oh. fix that, but yeah. Now with these snap binders, you always want to put the handle where it pulls down, so that if they loosen up over time, gravity won't undo them. Gravity won't, you know what I mean? Oh. Oh, that's tight. I'm gonna bungee that in, otherwise it might come undone while I'm driving, and then I get chain dragging. Okay, now crank on the other side. Oh boy, what was that? Here it was. There we go. I hope that box doesn't move because I don't have anything to tie onto. Shouldn't do it quite as bad because it's shorter and the other side is higher. And we're pulling this way. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get you some. Okay. Whew. I'm gonna turn the camera off because I don't want to film them, and then turn it back on, finish some stuff up. All right, guys, I'm on that really bad load. This is the first time I've pulled over. I'm on the road here, but it's pretty quiet out this morning, so I'm gonna look around. The first time I'm looking at it, went maybe 20-30 miles. I'm just really nervous about this load, so so far it looks like it's holding up okay. I don't see any problems on this side. Those weights are still hanging out there pretty good. This, of course, isn't going to go anywhere. I'm not too worried about this back here. Let's see over here what we got. Okay, that's probably still tight enough. That is loose on this side but tight on the other side. I can't really get any more. It's squeezed in there. Same here. The top strap's pushing down on it and I can't really get that side any tighter. What's this one? That's the one. That's the same thing on that side. I can't. The other side's nice and tight, but it's the bottom side. So far so good. Feeling a little better now. Until you take a first look at it, you never really know how it's going to ride. I don't really want to over tighten these because it pulls that this way. If you guys remember when I did the securement. So yeah, we're all right. Holy cow, this is not the load that you want to take if you're a little bit new at flatbedding. I mean, I'm a pretty experienced flatbedder, and this one was tough on me. All right, I'm gonna get back to driving again. Well, I've got that crazy load.
In 1/2 mile,
and
turn right on Nicholson Drive, then keep left.
I'm coming up on my delivery here. So this took about 5 hours to load it. It might go a little faster unloading it, but it's going to be, you know, a lot of the top pieces have to be hand unloaded. So I'm getting ready for a workout today, and then I got to go pick up a coil that goes over to Indiana. Supposed to be one single coil, 45 or 47,000, I can't remember. So let's get this delivery done and we'll see how it goes. All right, as far as I know, this is the spot. Yep, this looks like it. He said he had the gate opened up for me. It's a Saturday delivery today.
Left.
So this looks like it. I'm gonna turn the camera off so I don't film people that don't want to be filmed. All right, I just talked to that dude there. He's gonna be unloading me. First thing he as I pulled up, he's looking at that load and he's shaking his head. And I roll my window down. He's like, "I have never seen a load that bad." I'm like, "I know, trust me, I know." I was out there for 5 hours loading the damn thing. So I'm glad that he said that, because it kind of confirms what I thought. You know, we were all three of us out there loading it, me included, were pushing it because they wanted to get everything on there, and they only ordered one truck. They should have ordered 3 trucks because we left a lot behind. I didn't get all of it. So anyway, we're gonna sit there and play around. I think it's gonna be faster than 5 hours. We'll probably get it off in about 2.5, 3, because some of the stuff can come, well, first of all, we don't have to spend a bunch of time brainstorming of where everything's gonna go. Playing Tetris is easier when you just take it all apart. So, all right, I'm gonna get to it. All right, guys, I'm pulling out of there, but I need to put my gear away still. He had come in on his days off, so I'm like, well, it'll take me a second to put my gear away. Why don't I just pull out, and maybe you can lock the gate and go home? And he's like, yeah, that'd be great. So I'll take about 15-20 minutes putting all my gear away, because this load took about just about emptied my toolboxes. I had all my gear employed on this one, and then I've got to open up the rate confirmation, read it, and go over and pick up a coil. Once again, I didn't have time to read my rate confirmation because while we were booking it, I was in the middle of up on top of the trailer loading this one. So it should be a straightforward load. It was just a single coil, and it's a 24-hour shipper, so I'm in line to pull into the coil place here. I got my racks out, everything set up. The guy's already looked at my paperwork, and he's looking for my coil now. So I'm gonna pull on in and get this. I think it's supposed to be a 45,000 pound coil. Get this coil on board, chain it down, tarp it, and then off to Indiana I go. This will be the last load of the week, guys.
West 22 West.
All right. Now I just wait to get loaded, and then I got to chain it down before I pull out. And then, maybe that's my coil. I better get out there, guys. All right, guys. Get some edge protectors out here. I need to get some actual coil ones. Jeff has my coil trailer, and he's got a nice little round deal that sets inside the coil, protects it really good. They've got pretty good protectors on here, but what do you guys think? 2 chains? 2 chains ought to do it, right? It's only 45,000 pounds. This is a long one. I've kind of got some mixed match chains going on here. I got some 16 foot, some 20 foot. I'll probably need the 20 foot as I start to extend out a little bit. On the very middle, the 16s work fine. Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera off, get all these ran. There's no sense wasting battery life and footage memory. Guys, I got my chains ran. Let's go for one more bite. Ooh, that might be too much. Okay, when you're doing these snap binders, I always like to do handle up so that you bind down. So if they loosen up, if they're upside down, those could wobble. I mean, the tarp should keep them, but they could come loose on you. That's what I'm getting at. If these are loose, they won't completely undo themselves. Uno más. Ooh, can I do one more? Oh yeah. Whoops. Okay, I was gonna do 6 chains. I decided to go ahead and do 8. No reason to skimp and save on chains. This is why I like snap binders instead of the ratcheting binders, because you see that it looked tight and then something popped over there. You would have had to completely unwind your ratchet and then retighten it, because you would have thought you had it in the right spot and started winding, screwing, whatever the hell. These you can tighten and then redo it, and tighten and redo it. Okay, I got 2 more here. And I'm gonna do my straps over the top as well. I think that's just a nice little supplement. And it has upward, how do we say this? It has securement on the very top, which keeps the roll from starting, you know what I mean? Okay, is that enough? Ooh, I can do it by hand, so that may not be enough. I'll see if I can get more out of that one. When I'm doing this with chains, you guys, I'm not all that good with coils. I don't do a whole lot of coil. Well, lately I have been. Traditionally, I don't do a whole lot of coils because I'm from out west, so I'm not super familiar with the coil game. but I can struggle through it. Oh yeah, that's good. All right, now let's see about getting one more out of that one. Oh, come on. So what I was getting at there was my other trailer has that little rail along here with the J hooks. We carry the J hooks, so when you're doing a lot of chains, that really is better because that puts a lot of stress. I try not to use these pockets because they're square. At least the chain rolls over those round spools, I think they call them. It rolls over that a little bit better. You're putting an awful lot of strain on that aluminum weld. So I would prefer to have the J hooks when we're doing a lot of chaining. But beggars can't be choosers, right? Okay, now last bit here, guess I'll put these away. I had a blanket that I used on the last load. It got a little wet and it needs to dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up on top of there. Maybe it'll dry under the tarp, maybe it won't. It's probably a bad idea to put moisture under the tarp. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should grab a new blanket. Need to get that blanket dried out though. Ah, screw it. I'll get a new one. Nice dry one. You guys, one day I had my other trailer that has a lift axle right here. I jumped up and put my foot on the tire to prop myself up, and that tire just spun, whacked my knee something fierce on the rail. Oh, I was hot. Don't really need to do this. This coil's not going to cut my tarp. I don't think it's already wrapped, but it's just kind of my procedure. I normally do that. So now 2 straps, 2 nice heavy duty straps. These straps hold more than my chains. My chains are only rated to 4,700 a piece. These straps are rated to 6670, I want to say. Grab a new one. This is the one I wound backwards. How you doing?
Do that? How you doing? You
Good.
do that without a tarp? You got a tarp?
Yeah.
Oh, so you put one rag first.
That's just a blanket,
Okay, the blanket, I didn't put that.
just to protect my tarp. These are wrapped, so it probably won't cut my tarp.
I was
But
gonna ask you, when you get out of here, you got a skill again? Go to skill high, or you gotta send pictures or something? This is your first time, or you come over here often?
no, I don't know if your company wants to scale, but I don't scale.
Oh, you don't?
I mean, I got scales, and I'm under.
I gotta go to skill. So you get out from here, right? The exit? You gotta go around.
Oh no, you got to go back to the sign-in place.
So I gotta go around here?
Yep, all the way back around. Yeah, back to the scale. Oh, that's what you meant by scale.
Yeah, scale.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
I thought you meant like a cat scale to check your weights. I forgot they had a scale, but yeah, you gotta go check out there. Yep. Sorry about that. Almost told him wrong. No, I don't scale. I'm fucking out of here. He's like, what? I didn't realize what he was asking me. when we came in, there's a scale, and we had to scale. I mean, they didn't tell us our weight or anything. I don't even think they used the scale. That was just the entrance to get your paperwork. And when he said you have to scale, I thought he was referring to get axle weights from a cat scale. I'm like, yeah, you should if you don't know your weights, I guess. I haven't scaled a flatbed load in quite some time. See, that was the first one I threw, so I hate this when Isn't it crazy these straps hold more than those chains as far as their limit? You know, another reason to use the blanket, I hadn't thought of this, but you might damage the coil depending on what I mean, your strap shouldn't hurt the coil, but you might press into the coil a little too hard. Okay, that's gonna take 6-foot tarps. So that last load I hauled was muddy, and it put a bunch of mud all over my deck, all over my boxes. I just washed my truck. Typical. See? All over my boxes, all over my trailer. Now, it's so rare that I get to go wash my truck when I'm empty to actually wash the deck. Okay. Get this sucker tarped and get the hoochie out of here. What do you guys say? Okay. You guys, this week I've hauled 3 loads of coils. Now, only this one and one other one required racks. The other one was skidded coils. But they've been coils nonetheless. Like this week's been nothing but coils. I kind of like coils. They're nice and clean. Nothing like that last load, guys. If you saw that last load, I want to haul nothing but coils if it can keep me away from one of them. Oh, bummer. Bummer, 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 bummer. Oh, I forgot to do this backwards. When I'm doing my new coil technique, I want to have that flap in the back. Too late now. About lost it, guys. Because that flap is a little more difficult to secure, and it's nice if it's in the back where it's just the wind's gonna go with it instead of the wind possibly pulling it up. All right, that's good. Gosh, I might have been able to get away with 4s. Gosh, 4s would have come to right there. Son of a gun, I should have measured it. 4s would have covered. 2, 4, 6. So, oh well, these are already up. Frick it. Oh boy. I almost told that dude, fucking head out, man. That's what he heard me say. He was tarped and ready to rock and roll. Like, fuck yeah, this guy told me I don't got a scale. Never listen to truck drivers, guys. They might lie to you, or they might be completely unaware of what you're trying to get at. Like me for that right there. Ouch. I'm gonna hit my back on one of these. is I really like this new method of rolling the bottom up. What happened here? My method ain't working. Huh, what's going on here? Why did that do such a good job last time I did it? Now it ain't working with a shit. I'll tell you, I guess that worked. Roll. What happened here? Now I gotta lock those rolls in. Put on the strap over here. Now last time I did it with a 4x4, and I think we can get away with just using a strap, no 4x4. I do? Okay. Because I screwed up and I left this flap up, I think I'm going to throw another strap here just to lock this down. So if this was in the back, it wouldn't matter, but this could possibly catch air and sit there and become a big balloon. So when you're doing this, put your tarp backwards. If you're doing this method, I think that works pretty good. It locks in that corner pretty nicely. Where am I going? A strap. Strap. I'm gonna use a shorty. I got a shorty right here. I prefer to do it this way with the bungees. You know, go back through. That way we have only rubber on that D-ring instead of the hook sitting there flapping around in the breeze. I know a lot of guys will just put the hook on the D-ring, but in my opinion you get a lot of tarp damage that way. It's tight. Alright guys, it is maintenance day. It's time to grease. So I'm gonna do a little bit of maintenance and grease. Now we got a little oil leak up in here. All these head bolts, or these valve cover bolts, quite a few of them are stripped out, so I'm gonna need to do something with that. Not a huge concern, but they do seep a little bit, so all right, let's get started here. I'm not gonna record all of the greasing stuff, but I wanted to show you what we got to do as owner operators, take care of business. So here's my box full of everything. Got my grease gun in there, got wiring stuff here, electrical testers, I don't know what that is, and then I've got some extended mirrors there that I haven't installed, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace my windshield wipers today. They're getting a little old and decrepit. These here, if you guys don't know, this is called a Peterbilt sock. It's actually just a sock that goes over those cab mounts. You'll get a bunch of squeak inside the dash. You swear it's coming inside the dash, like squeak, 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 and it's just from the hood rubbing on this rubber. So if you put a sock over there, it gets rid of that. All your Peterbilt guys already know about that, but if you don't know about that and you're getting a squeak in your dash, put a sock up there, it'll fix it. All right, that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna grease here, gonna hit all these shackles, 3 there, kingpins, 2 on the brake, 1 down here. We got steer knuckles over there, we got drive line and brakes back there, and we're good to go. Now this trailer has disc brakes, so it doesn't take any grease. There's no grease zerks on that other than the landing legs. So that's what I'm gonna do today, and I'm gonna go ahead and shut the video off and get it done. I don't think you guys need to see me greasing everything. And then we're gonna wash windshields, change these out, get everything ready to rock and roll next week.